Lord, Lord, Lord. Happy Tuesday, my warriors. Lord, have mercy. Let me bring this news to you guys. Now, many of y'all watch Sweetie Pies, right? Y'all, the news has just broke that Sweetie Pies, Tim Norman, so Miss Robbie's son, Tim, and an exotic dancer, stripper, have been charged in murder for hire plot against his nephew, Dre. That very handsome nephew that used to be on the show. So, let me try to run down the facts to you, what they're saying. So, Tim is facing federal charges today, y'all, alleging that he conspired with this stripper in a murder, basically a hire for murder of his 18-year-old nephew, Andre Montgomery. Tim is the 41-year-old son of legendary restaurant owner Robbie Montgomery. He was arrested this morning at his home in Jackson, Mississippi. Lord, y'all, bear with me. Tim has starred on the show Sweetie Pies, and he recently was just on a spat with his ex-fiance and child's mother recently on Instagram that was real nasty. However, he has also feuded with his mother in the past over money, even as far as her suing him for opening restaurants under the Sweetie Pies brand without her permission. That played out pretty rough, but it seemed like they kind of got back together. So now what's come about is that he had taken out, y'all, Lord, it's too much. Tim had taken out a $450,000 life insurance policy on Dre in 2014, and he was the sole beneficiary. Not for nothing, I do know that Dre was problematic. I know that he was kind of troubled and had a lot going on. So, not that I'm defending any of this, because this is all a mess and this is just breaking today. So not that I'm defending any of that, but when you do have someone that you're mentoring or that you're kind of close to, that's family or something like that kind of is troublesome, problematic, I do know that it is not a foreign idea to get a life insurance policy taken out on them, especially when they're in that lifestyle. But this goes way deeper. And so in 2016, Tim was living in LA. And phone records obtained by all these investigators are showing that leading up to Andre's murder, Tim and this Memphis-based dancer, stripper named Tyria Ellis, was communicating over burner phones. The stripper started contacting Andre and was sending her Instagram information to him and texting him that she would be visiting St. Louis. So she wrote him on an email on March 10th in 2016 that she was on her way to town, right? So 3 days later, Tim flew into St. Louis and he booked a room at the Chase Park Plaza Hotel. That next day, which is the 14th, the stripper Ellis, last name Ellis or whatever, contacted Andre to figure out where he was. Now, cell phone records showed that he texted her the address of this house. Mind you, that house was where he was murdered. So after he texted her the address to the house that he was going to be at, cell phone records are showing that Ellis, so the stripper, then contacted Tim. That night at 8:02 p.m. is when Andre was shot to death at that house on the address that he gave her. Investigators believe that Ellis was there, and location data showing from their burner phones put her at the scene of the crime. And in one of Dre's final phone calls, He spoke to his girlfriend, who later told investigators that she could hear a woman's voice in the background. Now, this is where it gets so messy, you guys. So 1 minute after Dre was shot, Ellis, the homegirl, made another call, and the call was to Tim. Now, she's at the scene of the murder, and her call, the first call, wasn't to the police, but her first call was to Tim. Look, whoo, a mess. Now, phone records then showed that the burner phone was moving south on I-55, which is, it was going in the direction of Memphis, back to where this young lady is from. Then records show the other burner phone, I guess, that Tim had. He was flying back to LA. And he arrived early the morning after Dre was killed. That same day, y'all, so which is on the 15th, both of the burner phones went completely dead. Done for. Okay? Now, you go back to Memphis, and they say that the reports are showing that Ellis, so the stripper, began depositing money into different checking accounts. She was putting for like $4,000 in this account, $3,000 in another account, $1,900 in another account, something like that. On March 22nd of 2016, her and her mother and daughter flew out to LA. Nobody really knows at this time what they went out for. However, authorities are saying location data showed at least one occasion where they were with Tim. Tim even wired her $700 at the end of April 2016. This crazy, y'all. Tim waited a week to try and collect on Dre's life insurance policy. All of this, again, is what authorities and reports are showing. On March 21st, he called the bank, right? But he was never able to provide all the documentation required. And he still hasn't gotten the money according to court records as of today. Y'all, he is being held without a bond. You hear me? Without bond at a jail in Madison County, Mississippi. Both of them have been charged with conspiracy. So the actual charge is conspiracy to use interstate commerce facilities and commission of murder for hire resulting in death. I believe this is a case that has been investigated. It was being investigated by St. Louis police and the FBI. And I think they have been on this for a while now and just was really able to make some breakthroughs. Y'all, this is sad. This is sad. I don't know no other ways about this. It's tragic through and through. I pray for Robbie. I pray for Dre's family. I hope some kind of resolve and peace comes from this. If I'm being quite honest, Tim ain't never sat well in my spirit. You know what I'm saying? From me watching the way he works and things like that on the show, to the dealings with his mother, the way him and the ex-fiance cut up real bad, not even a month ago on Instagram. He just ain't never sat, it's something about him just ain't never sat well with me. And this right here, this the lowest of lows. The lowest of lows. I hope that justice can be prevailed whichever way it is. Again, I don't know how you come back or come out of a situation like this with this kind of evidence. It looks so suspect. But it's devastating on all parts and all fronts for every member in the family. So as I get more updates and as I have more information coming in, I'll update you guys on this story, okay? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Be good to others and definitely be good to yourselves. Mwah.